like this one. You're more than welcome to stay.
Wait, what just happened?
Lord Beerus does have a type, you see. Surprised no one has ever noticed.
What is up, guys? Blackscape here, and today we have an interesting video because I found out something that nobody's talking about that has serious ramifications for the future of the Dragon Ball Super story. Not even just the manga or the anime, because these things take place in both of these universes. It is something that could be dropped, but it was added in here for a reason. And if you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section below, because it is insane that they added this detail in well before even the manga got to this point. And now the manga is covering it, and it's doing the exact same thing. So whatever the anime or the movie decided to do, Toyotaro decided to keep it for the manga story as well. And that's huge. So again, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section below right now, and then stick around to the end of the video, see if you got it right. I have faith that you guys probably figured it out at this point. I do have faith in you. And as always, thank you guys so much for everybody that is here, always liking, commenting, and just ride to die for the channel. You guys are freaking awesome. You guys are just so amazing. And we're about to get to the 450k mortal plan. Had the 500k mortal plan in the distance, but 450, we're almost there. So let's go ahead and keep going, pushing forward. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's begin. So with the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, we find out that Broly is training on Beerus's planet, and when Beerus is sleeping, no less. But when he wakes up and sees Broly, this is what Goku tells him is the reason that Broly is there.
And who's the new guy?
Why, that would be Broly.
Broly? What is that maniac doing on my planet?
What's the big deal? There's no way Frieza can find him here. I figured it's the safest place for him.
Don't just invite people to live here.
Okay, so now that you're seeing this clip, you guys are probably wondering to yourself, this doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I mean, he's running from Frieza. True. But there's a lot of different things that are being told to us here. And this next thing that I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. Here it is. This came out before Black Frieza came out. This movie, this clip, this whole thing, this production was made before Black Frieza was introduced in the manga. Why is Broly running? Okay, because if you remember Dbs Broly, and it's something that I never even thought about when I watched the movie, but if you remember Dbs Broly, this is how Broly had Frieza in that movie. That is why at the end of Dbs Broly, we get this scene of Goku bringing them supplies on planet Vampa so they can more comfortably survive and live on the planet. Like, he brought them a bunch of Capsule Corp tech for them to, like, you know, for them to thrive on this planet and for Broly to be comfortable. And this is the famous scene where Goku tells Broly to call him Kakarot. So this is how we left in Dbs Broly, but when we get to Superhero, and this is years later, we get this explanation that Broly is on Beerus' planet because Frieza can't find him there. Frieza's not allowed to go there. He can't get there. He can't find Broly there. And so that got me thinking, does that mean that in the anime, in the movieverse, in between Broly and Superhero, they knew about Black Frieza? They knew they were gonna make Black Frieza in the manga, so they just kind of added that little tidbit, because that would be the only believable way and believable reason that Broly is living on Beerus' planet, is because Black Frieza is gunning for him and coming after him. And I mean, that's just one layer of this cake that's happening in the manga. Because you're asking yourself, does the manga say the exact same thing? Here is what happens in the manga. Whis, how long was I napping for? Good morning. In terms of Earth time, you were asleep for about 4 months. Geez, I barely slept at all. Not with all this racket and that tasty aroma. Hang on, I know you. That would be Broly. Broly? What's he doing at my place? Well, Frieza can't show up here, right? We grabbed him from his home planet for peace of mind and safety's sake. Did I say you could bring guests? This ain't a hotel. So, we get a few layers there. The first layer is that Broly is on the run from Frieza. The only reason that this would be a possibility is because Frieza thinks he can defeat or capture Broly. The only way that Frieza could do that is not this Frieza right here, but this one right here. And that means that in the anime, in the movie, before it came out in the manga, they knew that Frieza was going to become Black Frieza and become stronger. So they're planning this stuff out years in advance in the movieverse compared to the mangaverse of what we're going to be getting. Obviously, from the time jump that has happened. And this time jump is a few years, and Broly has been on the planet for a few months. So something must have changed where Frieza is gunning and trying to find Broly. Why is he doing that? The only thing that I can think of is to study Broly. He tested Broly out on Earth. He brought Broly to the other two Saiyans to see how he would do. And then when he saw that he was essentially the legendary Super Saiyan, he ended up killing his father because Broly, his entire hidden potential could not be unleashed without becoming an actual Super Saiyan. And then once he did that, he became the Broly that we saw at the end of the movie, an unstoppable machine. So if Frieza is interested in Broly, it could only be for two things. One, he's going to test himself against Broly, and essentially Goku and Vegeta think that Frieza is going to kill Broly, or at least kill Lemmo and Chilai, and make Broly go berserk again. And then who knows what's going to happen. Or he's going to capture Broly and study him, and see exactly how the Saiyan genes work. That would be very interesting, a really cool storyline, and this is something that we know that Frieza is doing in the back end. He is searching for Broly for an unknown reason, and now Broly is safe on Beerus' planet. The next thing that we get here is that Broly lives with Beerus. He lives on Beerus' planet, and this is not changed at the end of the DBS superhero story arc. So that means that Broly is now living with Beerus and Whis, meaning that Broly has not only first-hand account to be able to train with Whis and to be able to fight Beerus, but he basically lives amongst the gods. This is something that not even Goku and Vegeta can do long term. They've taken refuge on his planet, and it's not even just him, it's Lemmo and Chilai, which brings me to my next point. Who are you? Lemmo, sir, a former member of Frieza's army. I really appreciate the hospitality. That explains the smell. Come here. Sir? Ugh, dang, that's tasty. What was your job when you toiled under Frieza? Chores and odd jobs, sir? Sometimes kitchen duty? Fantastic, you can stick around. What a letdown, barely any valuables to be found on this rock. Chilai, shush, don't mind me, just tidying up. Who's this? The name's Chilai, sir, and you're the god of destruction. Beerus? Lord Beerus? That's right, the most feared entity in the whole universe? Cutie, stay as long as you like. What's going on here? Lord Beerus has a type, and his tastes are shockingly basic. So this last line, Whis doesn't actually say that in the movie. He says this.
I like this one. You're more than welcome to stay.
Wait, what just happened?
Lord Beerus does have a type, you see. Surprised no one has ever noticed.
But either way, we find out here that Beerus has a type, meaning that he actually, is interested in females, mortal females, obviously, seeing as how, the only other god female that we have is this one right here, and we don't see anything close to them. They mainly act like siblings. And so Beerus has a type. It's Chilai, little green, petite females, I guess, that, wear Frieza armor. And this is something that Whis knew. And Whis even says he's surprised nobody has caught on, which I don't understand that part, because Beerus, this is the first time he's showing any interest that I can remember in any female. And so this is actually something that is brand new to the Dragon Ball Super manga and the Dragon Ball story. And it's something that, yeah, what the heck is going on here? Because if Beerus likes Chilai and Broly has no interest in Chilai, as we've seen, but Chilai has an interest in Broly, they are living all together. They are basically in a sort of crush triangle. And it's not something that I would like the story to dive into, because I cannot stand love triangles in anything. It's just so annoying and not interesting at all for me. This one, though, I can see Chilai changing up quick to maybe like Beerus, because we saw her have no interest in Broly since maybe the movie, and that's even earlier on in the movie. Like, she cares for Broly, she may have a little crush on him, but as we've seen her in the Dragon Ball Super manga, she has really nothing, like she's not any interest in Broly at all. She actually thinks that it's childish that they're watching all these fights and everything like that. So yeah, she actually has more in common with someone like Beerus, who is more straight thinking, more mature, and has a plan, status. She called him Lord Beerus. She's used to working for powerful men. So could there be something between these two in the future? Could that be a reality that we're living in the Dragon Ball Superhero, post Dragon Ball Superhero universe? What do you guys think? I think that there is a possibility here because of how Beerus comes off in this scene and how Chilai responds, because she does not respond like she's disgusted. She responds like she's kind of like shocked that this is happening, but not like frowning or anything like that or scared. She's just like, she's smiling still. So I think that, and after this scene, they get ice cream together, they get food together, like they're walking around together. So I do think that we're going to be getting more on this story. I also think that Broly being on this planet, he is going to face off against Beerus, maybe in training, or at least being trained by Whis himself. And now that he has mastered his legendary form, and he has full control over it, this is the sky's the limit for this type of character. He can go as high as he can go, facing off against these two godly beings and really focusing on training, which is something that I think after all this fighting that we see and him fighting Gohan, I think Broly's mind is dedicated to fighting like Goku and Vegeta at this point, just like a true pure-blooded Saiyan. I really don't think he's got any time to mess with Chilai at all. And Chilai, who is going to be getting hit on or maybe things given to her by Beerus, I can see Beerus developing a huge soft spot for her and, you know, her squad because of her, and maybe humanity and mortals of Universe 7 because of her, and he's about to retire as well. So maybe, you know, who knows? That story can go in so many different ways, and I know people are talking about how this doesn't make any sense, and, you know, Chilai should just be with Broly. I know that's what the fans want, but to me, this is probably far more interesting and far more realistic, because I don't see Broly having any interest in Chilai outwardly, because he has not shown it whatsoever. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.